was the third accused, Sharana Basavaraju Nayak, who led his two associates to commit the heinous gang rape in Hampi. I have KV Dhananjay with us on the broadcast as well. KV Dhananjay, in the court of law, really will it matter who led whom and how exactly will this be proven? Mr. KV Dhananjay, please unmute yourself, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, go ahead.
It certainly won't matter, and I don't think the police should be spending more time on collateral investigation. It's important. That is because the offense of rape will stand on its own. You don't need, you don't need to basically say that these people knew each other from a very long time or that they had criminal background in the past and all that. All of those things will only be relevant for the purpose of bail, opposing bail, because the lawyers for these accused, as and when these accused are arrested and then they'll spend some time after police interrogation, will seek bail. So what argument the police will put forth to oppose bail certainly won't be too relevant for them to secure a conviction against these individuals on the ground of rape. So I do not know what to say, but I think at some level we also have to wonder if our laws and what's the most punishment you could afford, award to somebody who commits a rape. We have that most punishment already on the statute book. So we have to start wondering if we are losing this war against rapes, because every month, not a month goes by without a news of something like this where we should hang our heads in shame. So the police, I think, should move swiftly, and maybe in a matter of 2 weeks, they certainly should, get enough material, because FSL labs at the most, they take about 9 to 10 days to turn out. So if because medical evidence is a big part of rape investigation, so whatever medical evidence that's collected in the course of their investigation will be turned over to the FSL labs, and FSL labs have to report back, and that should take about 2 weeks or at the most 3 weeks. So I think roughly at the end of this month, March, maybe the police should file a charge sheet and insist on a speedy trial. And I think a case like this is not really all too difficult to try at all. So, in a case like this, the police should set an example. Let's say within 100 days of the occurrence of rape, if the police are able to get a conviction and, of course, publicize about that, just as much as now the police is trying to, convey to the world at large that they've taken this matter very seriously. They have proceeded to arrest the individuals, they've chased them, or for that matter, they're conspirators, and, got them from another state. As much as the police are, devoting their attention to ensure that they're doing everything within their power, they should also try and secure a conviction within a very short time, the window of time when people's memory is still fresh. So I think that's how we send a message that all these events will not be tolerated. And investigation, I think, is a small part of it. It's conviction. Conviction here is upwards of 20 years of imprisonment. And it's only when the public is told that the police acted very fast and within a period of 100 days, they were able to secure a conviction with appropriate evidence. That is to say, evidence that will hold up on appeal to the High Court and also on further appeal to the Supreme Court. Because it should not be like the police, just obtain the confession, and confession is used to somehow help the conviction of the accused, and then the lawyers for the accused go before the High Court and obviously make an argument that they're entitled to, which is confession is inadmissible in a matter of this nature. In a matter of this nature, the police will have to bring forth evidence, and trying to interrogate these individuals, spending too much time with them, getting a confession is practically of no use whatsoever. But unfortunately, I think the police in this country, across the country, do spend a lot of their time, in talking to the accused and getting misled, or for that matter, scaring them, and of course, torturing them at times, getting a confession, knowing fully well that the confession just doesn't hold up at all. The confession at the most might, cater to the people who don't know much about the law, the gullible, the masses, and say that, oh, look, we have an open and shut case now. The accused have confessed, because a lot of people at this point of time in this country don't know that confessions are practically useless in a matter like this, and the police ought not to be spending any time towards that. And it's important again to know that, because there are so many foreign tourists that visit these sites, not just Karnataka, it could be Goa, it could be other similar places. wherever the police finds that there has been an incident of rape, it makes sense to, devote more police force towards that. Because at some level, these events might be avoidable if only there is enough police bandobast there. And I think the police will have to work towards that. And that requires them to, because we've heard stories about how some of the small counties in the US and in Europe, small villages in Europe, have been able to prevent rapes by having more bandobast of police in places which have witnessed past incidents of rape. So I think we also need to do that. Technology is so evolved today, and then we need more women in the police force. So
Okay.
I think the battle is very hard, but we need to do something. We just can't be content with the status quo. The status quo is horrible.
Okay, we have some more news coming in. We've been told in light of the spine-chilling gang rape, officer-level patrolling